Hi everyone, my name is Marina Peters. If you're new to this page, this is the face behind this page. I'm Marina Peters. I have studied here in Germany. I'm a health scientist by profession, but before you know me for who I am, I would like to break down my testimony, my story, so that you can know where I come from and how come that I'm in this place right now. So this is the first video that I'm releasing to talk about myself. This is gonna be about my journey, and so just stay tuned and listen to what I have to say. So most of the time, if you see like someone has studied in Germany, you have your career here or you're running a business here, all that people think is that it has been easy for you, or maybe you had people by your side who are taking care of your finances and all that stuff. So today I'm here to make it clear. I came to Germany as an au pair. Came to Germany as an au pair, and an au pair is an exchange program that people use to come to Germany. And at that time, it was actually easy to come to Germany as an au pair, and we applied. And I remember my visa even came out after two weeks. Right now it's not easy to get au pair visas from Kenya, but yes, I got a visa and I came here, stayed with a German family, and I had to start learning German language from scratch because of course I knew I wanted to study in Germany, and there's no way I was going to study in Germany without the language. So yeah, I studied the language. I was in Volkshochschule, that is where I studied the language, and after that, I was allowed to now do an exam that was going to allow me the access to Studienkolleg, where I was going to do the preparatory courses for the university, and I took medical course. It's called M course, and so that is basically my my start of my journey here. When I came to Germany, I got a lot of friends. I met a lot of people, and I remember so many people were telling me, Marina, in order for you to succeed in Germany, you need to marry a German man so that you can get your passport. And I was like, wait a minute. You get actually people advising you to marry a German guy so that you can have your passport to stay in Germany, and they really mean it. They want to help you. And luckily I was surrounded by people who were my role models. I had cousins already here in Germany who were studying medicine, and some were done studying medicine and were medical doctors. And so it was like, if they could do it in a foreign language, then I could do it too, because I was good in the German language. So I decided to go the harder way for people, because the shortcut would be like marry a German person and get your passport. But of course that was not my motivation. That was not what I was going for. I always wanted to marry out of love and not out of getting papers or out of just circumstances. So I didn't want to do that, and I just decided to learn the language, and so I can start my journey. And of course, when you're starting something new, it's not easy. It's not easy to start something new. And I remember the struggles of learning the German language. Sometimes I would sit with my books until midnight still learning, because I knew this is the only key that is going to open a lot of doors for me in Germany. If I don't know the German language, I can forget about it. And mind you, I'm the firstborn. So I was telling myself, hey, Marina, you have to make it. You have to go through this and make it. Because if you don't make it, I had a brother who was still in Kenya, had my sister still in Kenya, had another brother. We are four, and so I was like, I have to open a door to these people to have better education, to have a better life. And so I had to give my best in everything that I was doing. And so I decided to do the language exams, and I passed, and I got an interest to the M course, the medical course. And I did that for 1 year. And I remember the first time I'm studying in a German language, the first time sometimes you try to understand stuff and you don't, you don't. I was like, but I know this, sometimes you have like chemistry, things like chemistry, you check these things out and like, this is what I did in high school, and it's so difficult because it's in German. And I remember, especially in mathematics, sometimes I would cry, like I would literally cry sitting in the bus. I'm crying, going back home, because I couldn't just understand a concept. I've tried so hard, and I'm writing a grade 4. We have, in Germany, we have 1 to 6. I was constantly writing 4 or 3 in mathematics, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was struggling. But I said, God, if you let me to go through this path successfully, then I will also work so hard to make it, And I was praying, I was working hard, and things were moving. So it wasn't an easy phase. And when I passed that Studienkolleg exams to take me to university, that is the day that my eyes opened, and I told myself, Marina, you can make it. No matter what you want to achieve in this country, the door is open. Now you can make it. I was so happy. I was super happy, excited, and that reminds me, when I'm looking back, it reminds me of, the struggles one can go through when you're trying to achieve something. Mind you, this is not our language, this is not, even English is not my first language, German is not my language, and we come here and study a foreign language and study, using a foreign language. And sometimes I tell professionals, immigrant professionals who are afraid of starting a business, I tell them, hey, if you are able to come to a foreign country and learn their language, and study in their language and be a professional in their countries, what makes you think that you can't start a business, that you've been given the training, it's in English if you speak English, and everything is laid down step by step so that you can succeed? It's the fear that is holding many of us. It's fear that is holding many of us. It's fear that makes someone look at the whole German system and say, hey, this is not for me. Like, this is so hard. I can't study in German. If they can't recognize my certificates, then I better get married to someone. And sometimes we end up being married to people who are way much older than us. We're getting married to people we don't love just because we want to stay in this country. But it's a time for us to shift our mindset and see that we can make it. Because if you can make it to study a foreign language, then you can make it to start your own business. You can make it to do the things that you want to do right now. And so I would encourage you, don't look at the negative stuff. Yes, there are a lot of things in a foreign language. Most of the people focus on, racism, this and that. Yes, those things are there, but focus on the things that are going to bring you forward. This is very, very important. So I hope this part of the video, this is just the part 1 of my story. A lot is still coming, guys, and I hope I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to motivate you. And if you're thinking of starting your own business, register on my website with your name and email address. Go to www.marina-peters.com, register there with your name and email address, and you can watch our free info session, see how people are starting their own businesses. And I believe you can do it too. If we can do it, then you can do it too. God bless you so much, and see you in the